Storyboarding is vital to filmmaking, but many filmmakers like myself often dread it. It's slow and it requires good drawing skills and making many people think that it's more of a chore than a creative process. But on a recent pitch for a big Olympics campaign for Visa, I used AI for the storyboards. Early morning. Check this out though. Gotta catch the sunrise. Now, it wasn't any faster though. Instead of being, frustrated about my bad drawing skills, I was ready to throw ChatGPT and DALL-E out the window. They couldn't even create a hotel room with a closed bathroom door. And that's why LTX Studio, a Lightrix product, they want to change that. So they asked me to test their AI for storyboarding. And I jumped on this chance, and this platform will save us a lot of time, and it lets us visualize our projects shot for shot. And by the way, this video is sponsored by them. If you like what you'll see, use my link in the description to test it out. And spoiler alert, it's super cool. So I'm working on a documentary about Ida Nilsson. She is an ultra marathon runner, and I'm aiming to capture her winning the Western States 100. And using LTX Studio, I'm going to create a detailed storyboard to help me plan, the shoot and every scene. So I can input my IDs and get a detailed photorealistic rendering almost instantly. This is instead of spending hours searching for images or trying to draw scenes that looks stupid. This saves me so much freaking time, and it helps me plan exactly what I envision. And with LTX new Visions expansion, you can input a full script if you have it, or even just an ID. I know what my film will be about, so I hit visualize. It will detail my project. The story of a Swedish long-distance runner, Ida Nilsson. Within seconds, LTX Studio's AI will make lifelike characters and scenes from text. It ensures that the storyboard matches my vision. Here I can import Ida's actual face as well, so that the character looks more like her in the real world for each frame. If there are other characters in the film, I can also add those with photos and, their names, and this will ensure consistency. From here, you can choose from dozens of video styles. This is a documentary, so I will go for the cinematic style, but then I can add style references from my own previous work to ensure that it looks how I will shoot it. Then I'll outline the scene breakdown. The story will cover her backstory. It will also cover her training this year leading up to the race, and then it will also cover the actual 100 race. You can edit every scene description here, so this gives you full control. Or you can let LTX Studio give you IDs as well. You can get down to the nitty-gritty with location, weather, tone, shot types. Once I feel like the story breakdown is right, LTX will make the storyboard for me. And even from here, you have the ability to edit every scene and every detail. If you don't like how it looks, you can upload a visual reference and it will change the look for every shot. I think this looks pretty great, so let's preview what it has generated so far.
Looking back at the last race, it was pretty much how I imagined it. I
One of the key moments I need to capture is Ida Nilsson's intense training sessions. We need to make sure that we capture the right angles and emotions, and using LTX Studio I can visualize these scenes in advance, ensuring that I know what I'm after when I shoot it. So let's update the scene to be a training scene in a gym, for instance. Looking at the shot editor, I can try out 4 different aesthetics to really see what kind of shots I want to get of Ida. And I love how it gives me options to play around and compare things, angles or environment, etc. Just to try random ideas. All of this process not only saves me time, but also improves the quality of my work. I can create detailed storyboards with photorealistic scenes, and they help me show my vision clearly to everybody involved. LTX Studio has many features. You get the soundtrack integration, so you can add soundtrack to your storyboard, setting the tone and mood for each scene. This helps to convey the emotional arc of your story right from the planning stages. You also have voiceover capability. You can add voiceovers directly into your storyboard, which helps in explaining the scene or the transitions and the narrative flow. This feature is especially useful for pitch presentations. Then we have scene setting. You can specify detailed settings for each scene, location, weather, and time of day. This level of detail ensures that every aspect of the visual storytelling is meticulously planned out. And the shot types and camera movements is another thing that LTX Studio allows you to choose different shots, types of shots, and the camera movements for each scene. And this helps to visualize, dynamic shots or complex sequences, making it easier for you to plan and execute them during filming. Pitch deck export is another key feature, and once your storyboard is complete, LTX Studio can export it as a comprehensive pitch deck, making it easier to present your project to potential investors or collaborators. This would have been so freaking useful on the Olympic campaign I made for Visa. Plans changed very quickly. With LTX Studio, you can adapt and make necessary adjustments without any hassle. For instance, during a recent planning session for Ida's documentary, I faced a tricky situation. A key scene had to be redone due to sudden changes in her training schedule. Using LTX Studio, I quickly adjusted the storyboard and shared it easily with my team. This is great. It makes it so much more fluid. I hadn't seen, these types of tools and in an efficient way before. It's making a big difference in how I imagine using it in the future. The Visions updates from LTX Studio include several features, and they're greatly improving the storyboarding and pitching process. Project initiations, for instance, you can start your project from 2 new workflows. Script to video, which is where you can create a project using a fully edited script or a creative brief and then convert it into a detailed visual storyboard. And then you can have a blank canvas as well, which is, where you can experience full control over your story by starting with a blank storyboard and then just generate your entire story frame by frame. Visions can take an uploaded visual asset and you can mimic that style throughout the entire project. This platform is much more than just tech to me. It's a clue into what filmmaking is about to change to. I dread storyboarding, and this just makes it so much simpler. Once you have your style locked down, you can even change the whole freaking thing by uploading a new reference shot. Look how fast Ida becomes an animation, for instance. Crazy. Filmmakers can use LTX Studio to push the limits of storytelling. It lets you easily turn a hard idea into something compelling and easy to grasp. So test it out, and you have the link in the description. and let me know in the comments what you think about it and like how you envision using it. It's bit.ly/LTXJVW. Okay, see ya.